Jason short story. Today, June 28, 2024, marks some incredible moments in history. On this day in 1914 in Sarajevo, the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary sparked a chain reaction across Europe. This pivotal event directly led to the outbreak of World War I, forever altering the global landscape. Just 5 years later, on this same date in 1919, the Treaty of Versailles was signed in France, formally ending that devastating war. This treaty dramatically reshaped international relations and sowed the seeds for future conflicts. Much later, in 1969, New York City became the site of the Stonewall riots, a watershed moment for LGBTQ rights. These protests against police raids ignited the modern gay liberation movement, transforming the fight for equality worldwide. History reminds us that every day matters. Full story. Today, June 28, 2024, we embark on a swift journey through time, exploring significant moments that unfolded on this very day across different eras and regions. /n/n Our journey begins in 1389, on the fields of Kosovo, near modern-day Pristina. Here, a pivotal and bloody battle occurred between the Ottoman Empire forces and a coalition of Balkan armies led by Prince Lazar of Serbia. Both leaders, Sultan Murad I and Prince Lazar, died during the conflict, which ultimately set the stage for centuries of Ottoman expansion into the Balkans. This battle remains a deeply symbolic event for national identity in the region, influencing subsequent historical narratives and cultural memory. /n/n Centuries later, on this date in 1838, a new era for the British Empire commenced with the coronation of Victoria at Westminster Abbey in London, England. Just 19 years old, she was crowned queen in a grand ceremony, marking the beginning of a reign that would span over 6 decades. A rule, one of the longest in British history, defined an era of vast imperial expansion, intense industrialization, and significant social change, leaving an indelible mark on global affairs. /n/n Moving into the 20th century, June 28, 1914, witnessed an event in Sarajevo, then part of Austria-Hungary, that would plunge the world into an unprecedented conflict. Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, and his wife Sophie were tragically assassinated by Gavrilo Princip, a Serbian nationalist. This single act of political violence ignited a chain reaction among European alliances, serving as the immediate catalyst that pulled the continent, and subsequently much of the world, into the devastating trenches of World War I. /n/n 5 years later, on this very day in 1919, the formal conclusion to that global conflict was reached with the signing of the Treaty of Versailles at the Palace of Versailles in France. This treaty, signed by the Allied powers in Germany, imposed severe reparations and territorial losses on Germany, redrew the map of Europe, and established the League of Nations. While aiming for lasting peace, its harsh terms are often cited as contributing factors to future global instability and the rise of extremism in the decades that followed. /n/n Finally, we arrive in 1969, in Greenwich Village, New York City, USA, for a watershed moment in civil rights history. This date marked the beginning of the Stonewall riots, a series of spontaneous and fervent demonstrations by patrons of the Stonewall Inn, primarily gay, lesbian, and transgender individuals, against a police raid. These protests are widely regarded as the pivotal event that launched the modern LGBTQ rights movement, transforming the fight for equality from isolated acts into an organized, vocal, and enduring civil rights struggle globally. Today, remember that the tapestry of history is woven daily, with each moment holding the potential for profound and lasting change. Sessionid 89,396 E9575 E941 E1 A675 A83626 D7 F00